Hello everyone, TinaGale here with my Scrappy Ideas, and I'm so excited to be coming to you today with my first share with the Crafty Maven Getaway YouTube channel. And I hope you're enjoying all of the great artists. It's an honor to be here among all of them that are fellow YouTubers and crafters. So this week we had this picture that was kind of an inspiration point for us, and hopefully it shows up well enough. But I kind of decided on the black and the white and the teal and the pinks, and then this pillow has kind of a watercolor effect to it, and the pink heart. So that's kind of the parts that I'm going with, these stripes. Also the design of just all of the pictures of the pillows in rows and grids, so I'm going to work with a grid design. And then since it's Saturday, Saturdays are scrap lift day, and so I went and found this layout that's like a grid design, only it's on the partial page. And this is from Jenny1180 on scrapbook.com, and so if you want to check that out, that's where I found that, and I'll try to provide links to it. So that's my inspiration for that layout, and the colors from this inspiration for this week for the Crafty Mavens. So I went and I pulled out the papers from the Paper Chameleon May kit, and all of these were perfect. I have the black and white polka dot, the mint with the white polka dots, and this great kind of watercolor brushed darker pink pattern. And this one is from Fancy Pants. And these two are from Ellie's Studio, the Sienna collection, and I might pull some of that pink in. So these are the newspapers that I'm working with, and then there was also an alphabet in there, as well as the wood veneers, some of Amy Tan's washi tape sheets, and then these little embellishments were a part of the kit too, so I pulled out the ones that were black and white and the kind of that mint green, as well as this paper clip. This is from Webster's Pages. So this is what I'm going to use. And then I also had, this is something for my stash. This is a paper back a little bit older. And I'm going to pull a couple of these squares since I'm doing a grid with just blocks. So I'm going to pull some of those and use, and then I have some other older things for my stash that I'll be using. So let's get started and see where this takes us. So the first thing I did was just trim my photos down to 3x3s, and then I have my corner rounder, and I use the 1/4 inch round side to round all 4 corners. And these are older photos of my daughter. Just on random days she would go to work with me. I owned a little shop and she had a little playroom, so they're just random photos of her and kind of our days together. Okay, and so then I took the black and white polka dot paper and I just trimmed about a 1/2 inch off 2 sides and inked the edges with my Black Soot Tim Holtz Distress Inks. And since my layout, I'm keeping it black and white with just touches of the pinks and the mint green, and so that's why I wanted to go ahead and just ink all the edges with that black, just real lightly, to just kind of pull all of the papers and the elements together, because I am pulling in some older embellishments, and even though they match really well, one way to really make sure that they all look really nice together is just to ink all the edges. Then I had this cut apart sheet, and I went ahead and just cut 2 of those apart, a pink one that said "This is the Life," and then the black and white striped one that says "Love You More," and I'm going to 1/4 round and ink the edges of both of those, and just add my journaling to the black and white card. Then I cut a strip from the mint green polka dot paper and corner rounded that as well, just to put a separation between the photos, and I'm going to add my title across the top of it. And I had planned on putting some more embellishments through it, but it ends up kind of working out different, so you'll see me move the embellishments around quite a bit. Then I had the We Are Memories chalkboard collection, the sticker sheet, and it had these great banners that matched in the black and the polka dot, and then the minty green, and then it had a floral banner that had some pink and mint green in it. So those matched really well, so I'm going to narrow that down to just 4 of the banners. And then I took the wood veneers that were from Elle Studios, the Sienna collection, and just went through and picked out the ones that I thought would work for this layout and kind of the journaling that I was going to be doing. So I pulled those out, and then I also had this round piece that says One Perfect Day. That's from the We Are Memories chalkboard paper too. And so that's just going to be one of my other round embellishments. I cut this large circle, and if you'll remember, I had the watercolored, the darker pink striped, and I really wanted that because it went in with the photo board that we were kind of mimicking. But it was really distracting, and that soft pink just matched so much better with the card that I was using. So I ended up flipping that over. So that's one thing that I did change up, that I really intended on using that pink stripe paper because it matched the photo so well. So now I've kind of decided, I had planned on putting some embellishments at the end of the title, but now I'm kind of finding it looks really better at the top right corner. So that's going to finish out my little triangle. It's much more pleasing to the eye and less distracting. So I'll end up moving that one heart away from that area as well. So I just had the little round one, and it kind of doesn't show up, but it has black polka dots in that top right one. And then I'm going to add some of the puffy hearts that I had, and those are from Studio Calico 7 paper. And I'll try to list the products on my blog or down below in the video as well, so if you're interested in any of those. I also pulled out a couple of brads from the Echo Park Sweet Girl collection, that little heart and then the arrow at the bottom of that card. I just thought those were nice little touches to pull that darker pink in with the light pink. And then I'm just adding all of the embellishments to this bottom card, and I just have one of the flares that says click, 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 and then another little sticker. So all of this came from those embellishments, and all I'm doing is just pulling the pinks and the greens and the blacks all in each one of these little clusters. The other thing that I'm doing is, since all of my photos are square, and then the square cards and the rectangular in between that, and then the banners, all of those things are square shaped. So all of my embellishments I'm trying to bring in are circles. So the large circle behind the title, the smaller circles in each one of those clusters embellishments. So that's one thing that you can keep mindful of when you're doing your layouts and things. If you have very grid-like designs, then you want to pull in circular embellishments into your clusters and stuff to soften up the design. If everything in the clusters had been rectangulars like these little banner strips or that wood veneer, then it would have been very hard and not as pleasing to the eye. And then my title as well, I cut that on my silhouette. That was just a file that I had, and I'll try to list it as well. So the last thing I'm doing is just nailing everything down with my liquid glass. That's my favorite liquid glue. It will hold wood veneers, brads, enamel dots, you know, whatever's not sticking, the thickers and stuff. It dries clear and it really holds tight. So that's my favorite liquid adhesive. So that's pretty much going to be this layout. I'll have some still shots at the very end. Thanks so much for joining us here at the Crafty Maven Getaway, and I hope you'll be back each day to check out all the rest of the YouTubers. And I will be back here next month. And in the meantime, if you want to see more, hop on over to my YouTube channel. And here's all my information where you can find me. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you real soon. Bye.